Hello, welcome to another Friday reading vlog. I had a dream last night, very, very real into this morning, where I was being very flirty with the actor who plays Matthew Elwood on Call the Midwife. I said to Dad when I woke up this morning, I said, David, I need to tell you. I didn't do anything, but I knew I was flirting, and I knew I was keen for it to go elsewhere, but David woke me up and ruined it. So yeah, so I'm in quite a good mood this morning. But I've just woken up and what are you laughing at?
I was in a very good mood this morning.
I've got to go and feed my sister's cat this morning, but my husband, not Matthew Elwood, my husband David, just made me a cup of tea. So I'm going to drink my cup of tea and read a little bit more of Agatha Christie, A Very Elusive Woman. I'm 114 pages into this. I've been chipping away at it, reading a little bit a day. I'm very much enjoying it. Really enjoy Lucy Worsley's research she's done, and also the writing style. It's very conversational and easy to absorb, and I've been very much enjoying it. So I will pick another book when I get back, but I'm going to read this for the minute, and then I'm going to put on yesterday's clothes to walk round to my sister's and feed her cat, and then I'll come back and pick the books, have some breakfast, and get myself ready for the day, including Agatha Christie t-shirt. So let's read a little bit more. So we're now into 1926, which apparently is the worst year of Agatha's life. And the chapter I'm now on is called The Mysterious Affair at Styles. It says, while Monty was suffering, Monty's Agatha's brother, Agatha was working. In the summer of 1926 came her greatest achievement yet, her 6th published novel, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. That's the one I'm listening to at the moment. I'm buddy reading it with David's dad. It's not only one of her very best books, it's one of the greatest detective novels of all time. Interesting. Well, that was a very sweaty walk to go and feed my sister's cat. We've sort of hit a very small period, hottish weather. Nothing compared to what it was like last year. But it was 25 yesterday, it's going to be 25 today. It's only 22 at the moment, but I just walked to my sister's, which really isn't that far. And I'm really proud of myself, because half of me was thinking I was going to get in the car and do it, but I didn't, I walked. But yeah, the walk back was very sweaty. But not to worry, it's down to 23 again tomorrow, and then it's really windy. And then raining. Oh, it's 28 next weekend. Don't like the sound of that very much. We've got a barbecue on Sunday and it's windy and 22. Yeah, so I'm going to pick my books now, and then I'm going to go and make my scrambled egg on toast and a cup of tea so I can just get straight into it. I've got a meeting at 11:30 on Teams, so I need to be ready for that and washed. God, my glasses are so steamed up. So yeah, so I'm going to pick my books now, and then we're just going to go quick, make the scrambled egg, make a cup of tea, bish bash bosh, lovely all together. Let's go and pick the books, let's. So here we are in all of our Agatha Christie glory. Lots of reds and blacks and whites and blues, isn't there? So these are the two I'm currently reading. So you would have seen me read a little bit of that this morning, so we're carrying on with that. I've also, and I'll go into more detail about this in a bit, but I'm doing some logic puzzles in this book called Murdle. Then I'm still listening to the audiobook of The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. Is that what it's called? But once that's finished, I want to start another Christie book. So either this one, and then there were none, or the ABC Murders maybe. I don't know if that's going to be done today, so let's ignore that for the minute. But then the other one I want to start is maybe the Three Dahlias by Katie Watson, which is Christie-esque. Or Magpie Murders by Anthony Horowitz. So I think I'm going to take those two over and we'll decide a bit later. We also need a poem for every summer day. And we also need Lit Chat. And I'm not going to take over the challenges because I know they're not going to be done today. See you over there. Yeah? So yeah, the plan is to make a further dent on this today. I'm really enjoying it. I'm just up to the chapter about Agatha's disappearance. And as I've been listening to audio podcasts about Agatha and stuff like that, so and watching some TV programmes, so I've learned a lot about her, so I know a bit about the disappearance anyway, but this is hopefully going to be more in depth, so there's that. And then whether or not, And here's a pen. And then Murdle, which I said I'll talk about a bit later on. I've been getting great fun from this. And then I've got these two to decide later. This one I've had a little flick through the start. I haven't started reading anything, but the Three Dahlias has got maps and stuff at the front, which I did start flicking through. This one hasn't got any of that. They're both, well, we'll decide that a bit later on, but for now, scrambled egg and Marmite on toast, big cup of tea, sit down, read about Agatha Christie's disappearance. Yeah.
Does those things in a competitive use which is actually like probably the most logical way that you can implement that type of logic game, because essentially you are like, you spawn in the devil, you spawn at this train station, and it's like, okay, well, you're trying to.
I've got my Agatha Christie t-shirt on. I'm also wearing my contact lenses today. When I trialled contact lenses and went to them, I said, oh yeah, I'll get contact lenses so that I can do 10 a month because I'll wear them for occasions. And I've just been sent my next box of 30 for the next 3 months, and I'm not even halfway through the old box, so I thought, well, I better pick this up. So contact lenses today. It's definitely but for me, reading with glasses is better. But yeah, I'm getting used to it. I'm definitely getting used to putting them in and taking them out. I wore them quite a lot on my honeymoon, so I was pleased with myself then. But yeah, here I am with them in today, doing things that I probably need glasses for, like reading, puzzle, etc, etc. But yeah, I'm ready in my Agatha Christie t-shirt. No, so there's no Agatha Christie inspired outfits this week. I've just gone pure Agatha Christie t-shirt. This t-shirt is from a website called Girls on Tops Tea, which is in conjunction with the Women's Prize. I really want the Greta Gerwig pink one. I put it on my birthday list, which is in November, so hopefully they're still making them come November. But they've got lots of notable women on the top of t-shirts in different colour fonts and things like that. And I've got the Agatha Christie one. And I enjoy wearing it all the time, particularly during August Christie. Right, okay, so I'm going to move on to the next chapter in my book, which is called The Harrogate Hydroponic Hotel. I was just about to say, all of these chapters have been really, really short. And then this one, I mean, this is a long one. This is over 20 pages long for a chapter in this book, which is unusual. I'll read you the first line to see how we're getting on. New York, 2008. A young teacher, Hannah Up, completely disappeared from the lives of her family and friends. So we're still in the process of talking about Agatha Christie's disappearance. So Agatha Christie's disappearance was very much based on, oh, nobody knew where she went and why did she disappear for so long, and we'll never find out. But having read this book and watched the two of the 3 episodes of the documentary, she's very, Lucy Worsley is very clear, and Agatha is also very clear that she disappeared because she thought she was going to take her own life. She checked that her child was looked after. She was very, very unhappy. Oh, someone shouting outside. Her husband was having an affair with somebody that she knew. She was struggling to finish her. She was struggling to finish a book, and yeah, she was. So her disappearance was because she thought she was going to take her own life. So I've read that bit, and now she's come to the Harrogate Hydropathic Hotel. God, I don't even know what hydropathic hotels is, but I'd quite like to go to one. I imagine water, massage, is that the sort of thing? Lovely, meeting done. David's just got back from having his hair cut. Do you want to come and show people your hair? He also bought me this. Look at these beautiful sunflowers. I've been desperate for, although this one looks a bit frazzled around the edges, but I do love sunflowers. And then I also got sent a book from Headline called The 100 Loves of Juliet by Evelyn Skye. When's it out? When is it out? Might already be out. Well, this is a finished copy, so maybe it is already out. It's a frosty fairy tale of an evening when Helene and Sebastian meet for the first time, except it isn't the first time. You already know that story, though it didn't happen quite as Shakespeare told it. To Helene, Sebastian is the flesh and blood hero of the love story she spent her life writing, but Sebastian knows better. Helene is his Juliet, and their story has always been the same. He is doomed to find brief happiness with her over and over before she dies, and he is left to mourn. Albrecht and Brigitte, Matteo and Amelie, Jack and Rachel, Marius and Cosmina, by any name, no matter where and when in time, the two of them are drawn together and it always ends in tragedy. This time Helene is determined that things will be different, but how can these star-crossed lovers forge a new ending to the greatest love story at all? Romeo and Juliet as you've never seen it before. There we go. Sounds a bit like an episode of Black Mirror I've seen before, but I can't think what that one's called. But that's about two people that always find each other. The 100 Loves of Juliet. Thanks, headline. Lovely. Okay, I'm going to make a cup of tea. Then I'm going to sit down. Actually, I'm going to finish the chapter of Agatha Christie that I'm on. I'm still on that chapter, Harrogate Hydropathic Hotel. I've got about 10 pages of that left, so I'm going to finish that. And then I think I'll pick one of the fiction books that I'm going to read. And maybe do a couple of little Murdle puzzles, because I keep telling you about that. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to put my flowers in a vase. Oh, I don't know if I've got anything tall enough to handle the might of these. We'll have to see. Come with me. David and I have just had great fun dancing around with our glitter balls because, guys, we're doing the Strictly Come Dancing podcast again this year. 4 years ago we last did it.
By popular demand.
By no demand. That's not true. One person messages me every so often saying, are you bringing back the thing? So for that person, you're welcome. We did it 4 years ago. Isn't it mad that we didn't do it during lockdown when we had all the bloody time in the world?
Like, I had all the equipment here.
I know, we didn't do it.
We were just too busy trying to survive.
So yeah, so we're bringing back the Strictly Come Dancing podcast that we do. It's called Strictly Pod Dancing, available from all good podcasting apps.
Hopefully by the time the first episode comes out, yeah.
Yeah, and the first episode will be going up a week today. So you're watching this on Sunday. The first episode will be live.
Well, what date is
Let's
that?
get the date.
19th?
The 20th. And it's going to be our reaction to who is on the lineup this year. Mm. So yeah, we've just done the promo for it, and we literally filmed ourselves dicking around with this. And when we're done, we're like, right, well that's that done. We didn't even bother watching it back. So yeah, tune in. Hopefully you'll be excited. Would you put that back where it comes from?
That.
I don't think I've ever come at you from this angle. It was quite a comfortable angle. I opted not to have lunch today because I had my scrambled egg on toast quite late, and the Tesco delivery is coming between 3 and 4, and that's got some nectarines on, and I'm quite keen to have one of those nectarines, so I thought I'd do that. So David's about to have lunch. And I'm going to, well, what shall I do? A couple more, yeah, let's do Murdles. I need my pencil. You definitely need a pencil for this. Let me talk you through this, which is featuring quite heavily in the old Agatha Christie. One moment. Pencil retrieved. So, Murdle, they're logic puzzles. Have you ever done these logic puzzles before? So, for example, you've got a grid like this, and it says, like, the suspect wasn't wearing yellow, so you can look through and see, oh yeah, this person was wearing yellow, so it can't be that person. The suspect, it wasn't an iron that was in the lounge, so the iron wasn't in the lounge, cross that. So yeah, it's like that. I'm having a great time with it. I'm on 9 of 100, still in the easy section. I have got one wrong, and I went back, rubbed it all out, and then went back and tried to do it again. Still got the same wrong answers. Went back, rubbed it all out. So I still haven't got to the bottom of why I got that one wrong. But here we go. So if I give you a little idea of what this looks like, it's great fun. When Logico was wondering if it was possible, I mean, this is just narrative, was possible Dame Obsidian was actually innocent. He heard a scream from her hedge maze. He ran into it, got lost, figured it out, and then found Dame Obsidian, who he was now certain was innocent on account of she was dead. So we've got 3 suspects: Constable Copper, Lord Lavender, and Miss Saffron. Miss Saffron's been appearing quite a lot. Then it gives us a little bit about them, and then some facts that are going to come and help out later on. So Constable Copper, 5'5", right-handed, blue eyes, blonde hair. Lord Lavender, 5'9", right-handed, green eyes, grey hair. Miss Saffron, 5'2", left-handed, hazel eyes and blonde hair. Then we've got the locations it could be: the fountain, which is outdoors, the lookout tower, which is indoors, and the ancient ruins, which is outdoors. And then we've like little bits here which might help out. And then the weapons: a pair of gardening shears, which are medium weight, a flower pot, which is medium weight, and poison tea, which is lightweight. Now we're going into the clues and evidence. So it says, poison tea was certainly not in the ancient ruins, nor was it in the fountain. So I find poison tea on here. Here it is. This little symbol denotes tea. It wasn't in the ancient ruins, so I can cross through the ancient ruins, nor was it in the fountain, so I can cross through the fountain, which means that poison tea was at the lookout tower. So I've ticked lookout tower to show that that's what it was, but that also means that the flower pot and the pair of gardening shears, they can't have been at the lookout tower, because that's where the poison tea was. The tallest suspect and the person who bought a pair of gardening shears had a history together. So that would allude that the tallest suspect and the person who bought a pair of gardening shears, they're not the same person. So I need to find the tallest suspect. So Constable Copper, 5'5", Lord Lavender, 5'9", Miss Saffron, 5'2". So Lord Lavender is the tallest, and he didn't bring a pair of gardening shears, because the person who bought a pair of gardening shears, he's got a history with them. So Lord Lavender, cross out gardening shears. A flower pot was not at the ancient ruins. Oh, this is going to help us out a lot, because we already know that the flower pot isn't at the lookout tower, because that's where the tea is. So now we know that I've crossed the wrong thing. Oh yeah. So now we know that it was the pair of gardening shears at the ancient ruins. And you just go on thusly. Let me carry on and let me see if I get it all right. Let's see if I've got it right. I think it's Miss Saffron with the poison tea at the lookout tower. Miss Saffron with the poison tea at the lookout tower. Yay! Well done me. Now, something I've just realised I didn't do. I didn't pick a lit chat question for today, which is unbelievable. So let me do that before I do anything else. I don't know what made me not do that, but we've got to pick a lit chat question. So I imagine there's many comments below now of people saying, where's the lit chat question? You haven't picked a lit chat question. I'm very sorry. Here I am picking it now. We're getting to the business end of these, you know, which means we'll be, because all of these questions have 2 questions, all of these cards have 2 questions. And that means that once we do that, we'll go back to the beginning and start from the beginning of the ones there. So let's go for the colour purple. Let's go for it. Pop these back, and this is the question for today. We'll be answering this at the end. The question is, do you ever judge a book by its cover? It's okay, we all do it. Name a book you read that lived up to its cover. What about the cover made you pick it out? Do you ever judge a book by its cover? It's okay, we all do it. Name a book you read that lived up to its cover. What about the cover made you pick it out? I don't think I've ever said cover so many times, but there we go. That's the question, and we'll be answering that at the end. Do I now pick what fiction book I'm going to read? Let's have a look at the fiction books. So, both of these are sort of Agatha Christie inspired. I don't want to start another Agatha Christie book until I've finished listening to The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. So we've got the Three Dahlias, which is about a weekend away, celebrating Dahlia Lively, who is an invention of an author, Lettice Delmer, who was a sleuthing writer in the 1930s. So similarities to Agatha Christie there and this. And this is about sort of like the fans of the Dahlia Lively franchise coming together with the 3 actresses who've played Dahlia Lively over the years, and there's a murder. sounds really fun. Like I said, I flipped through the beginning and there's lots of maps and stuff which I'm very into, and a character list and stuff like that. And then we've got Magpie Murders by Anthony Horowitz, which is about Alan Conway, same initials as Agatha Christie, who's been a best-selling author for years. Readers love his detective Atticus Punt, a celebrated solvers of crimes in the sleepy English villages of the 1950s. But Conway's latest tale of murder at Pye Hall is not quite what it seems. Yes, there are dead bodies and a host of intriguing suspects, no spirits. But hidden in the pages of the manuscript lies another story, a tale written between the very words on the page, telling of real-life jealousy, greed, ruthless ambition and murder. And half of this book is written as that book, and then half of it's written like, I don't really know how to explain it, but like, look, the font is different. So this is the book that we're discussing, and then there's like, I imagine what will be the fallout from that. Both sound like really interesting premises. Let's have a look at the first lines. So here we go. Chapter 1 of The Three Dahlias. Home can be a sanctuary or a prison, a haven or a horror, Dahlia said, sipping thoughtfully on her White Lady cocktail. It all depends on who you have to share it with. Dahlia Lively in A Lady's Place by Lettice Davenport, 1934. Chapter 1. The last of the late August sunshine slid away beyond the alder trees by the river as Rosalind watched, amaretto in hand, leaning against the windowsill to take the weight off her aching knee. Outside, crickets chirped in the darkness and a cooler breeze swept in from the east. Her eyes felt droopy. The drive from London had taken it out of her in a way it never used to. That's good, isn't it? And then, here we go, Magpie Murders, Crouch End, London. A bottle of wine, a family-sized pack of nacho cheese-flavoured tortilla chips, and a jar of hot salsa dip. A packet of cigarettes on the side, I know. The rain hammering against the windows, and a book. What could have been lovelier? Oh, God, I mean, I'm going to read both of them this month, so what should I go for? They both sound great, don't they? That's really good first lines for the pair of them. Maybe I'll go with the Three Dahlias. Both of these sound great, and I will get round to both of them, but I think I've just been slightly more intrigued by these maps and things at the front, and I will get onto this maybe in another reading vlog, who knows. I bought this second hand and it smells of like fags and damp. So who knows, maybe that's what's putting me off and making me want to read this a bit more. So here we go, on to, I'll read you the next first line. Aldermere House wasn't ready for sleep yet, even if she was. Beyond the miniature box hedges, fading lavender, and of course bright dahlia flowers on the formal gardens, the south lawn already hosted a giant white marquee that shone in the fading light. Tomorrow there'll be stalls and people and activity everywhere. Oh, I'm into this. Let's go.
Factor you know from films like Wonder Woman, Batman vs Superman, the Fast and Furious franchise, and many more. You can also catch her starring in the brand new Netflix spy thriller Heart of Stone, which is set to begin streaming on August 11th. Gables, welcome to the show.
Hello.
How are you around spicy food? Are you at all nervous going into this?
I am extremely nervous. I love food. I like some spice to it, but I'm not strong on spice.
I've just had another little puzzle sesh. It's getting there. I'd say it's, well, over a third of the way. This is the post, so I've still got a lot of this to do and a lot of this to do. All of this and all of these pictures, but the bottom and the sides, the bookshelves, looking really good. Continuing with the Agatha Christie content, I'm going to watch an episode of Agatha Raisin, because I keep saying I'm going to do this, and every time I mention it to David he goes, no, I don't really fancy that. So I'm going to watch an episode of it now. I think they're only half-hour long, and see how I get on with it. Few people have said that the language used in it is not great. I don't know if that's just the book or if that's this as well, but I wanted to give, because it's quite a successful offshoot, Agatha Raisin, and let's just see. Oh, it's just saying Gaffer. So I couldn't find it. Oh my god, this is hard work. Agatha Raisin, there we go. And Agatha Christie's Poirot's on here. Agatha Christie's Marple, so it's all here. Agatha Raisin. Walkers of Dembley, season 1, episode 1. Oh, that looks like, oh, it's got Matthew Horn in it. Okay, let's go for it. Let's see. I'll give you my review afterwards. there's 2 minutes worth of adverts first, of course. I've just turned it on to the first episode. This is episode 1 of series 1. And I'm certain it's filmed where Vicar of Dibley's filmed. Oh, Agatha Raisin is Ashley Jensen. Look, I've got to concentrate on this. This is bad. But my Tesco delivery's here. 11 minutes early. Ha 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 ha. David's in a meeting, so he's not going to be able to help me carry it. I'm going to show you everything I've got because I used to love watching things like that. Ta-da! Here it is. This is £80 worth of groceries for 2 of us. This isn't sort of particular stuff. Some stuff is going to last us a long time. Some things are for meals. I'm going to talk you through everything. And we are going to my sister's for a barbecue on Sunday, and I'm making a few bits that I will be taking along there. But we haven't got a Gousto coming. We also feed ourselves using Goustos. For example, this is what we're having for dinner tonight: curried Welsh rarebit naan with pomegranate salad. But this is a sort of top up. I'm trying. My new thought process is that once a month I'll do a Tesco delivery, and I can top up on various things like lots of cans and stuff. So I think I'll work this way and show you everything. So Greek style yogurt. There is so much plastic involved with Tesco, with supermarket shopping, and even more so when you do it online, because although these bits here have been sent without plastic, things like I think the cucumbers, to be honest, come in plastic anyway, which is just insane. Some stuff's come out of plastic, but some things, so like they've put my lemons in a bag and my limes in a bag. I mean, we will reuse these bags, but yeah, it's not ideal. I'm just chucking out my old yogurt. So Greek yogurt, that's just for general yogurting. We have a lot of yogurty dips and stuff, make a lot of yogurty dips and things. So I'm going to rearrange in here. Then I've got some jumbo kitchen towel. Again, this is something I wish didn't come in. In fact, I might start getting this from where we get our toilet roll from, because that's all wrapped in paper, so that would be a good thing to do actually, rather than get this in plastic. But I use kitchen towel a lot for pre-cleaning, so when I wipe down stuff to get dust off of things. But yeah, that can go. We've got another little storage cupboard which we call the pantry, and that can go in the pantry because we don't quite need it yet. Tea bags, decaf tea bags. I basically get whatever's cheapest. I prefer Yorkshire tea, but it's very, very pricey. Well, my top preference is Barry's decaf tea, but you have to, like, we're just trying to be a bit more sensible, guys. So I've got this little pot that I made when I went with Laura to a pottery night. And I just got a little smiley face on it, and I painted it, and that's where we keep our tea bags, and that's out on the side. So I'll just fill up with a few, and then the rest will go up there. That's there. Got a loaf of bread for making sandwiches during the week. David actually bought a reduced loaf of bread yesterday in Lidl, so I'm going to put that one in the freezer because it's less fresh and we can have that one. We use it for sandwiches, for toast and things like that. David's bought white. I always buy them seeded or wholemeal. Carrots. These are going to be used in the shredded rainbow salad I'm making this week. Again, they've come in plastic, but I quite like a carrot in a dip and stuff, and I bought some stuff to make hummus this week, so I may well be making, I might do that in a minute actually, make some butter bean hummus. I think I'm gonna. Oh yeah, right, so carrots, flat nectarines. Love nectarines. Again, they come in plastic. I'm going to keep one of these out. I keep them in the fridge because at the moment it's just on the too warm to keep things out of the fridge side, but it's probably a little bit too warm to keep them in the fridge. So that one will stay out. These ones going there. I'm the only one that eats these, so they can go in there. Not worried about it. Butter and cheese. Cheese for sandwiches and to go on top things. We use blocks of butter, so we don't use plastic. We've got a little butter dish. Actually, we could probably, no, we don't need another butter dish. We've got this lovely little hedgehog butter dish, and then we've got a Christmas one that we use at Christmas, but look how cute. So yeah, butter. And so then I've got a few things that I'm using for this weekend. So I've got 2 lots of mint and some chives. some celery. This is all going in the rainbow salad. I love the smell of mint so much. All going in the rainbow salad. Then 2 cucumbers, again for the rainbow salad. We've already got half a cucumber. David loves cucumber. We eat quite a lot of cucumber. I've got some frozen bits, 2 lots of frozen mushrooms actually, because I thought these would be good to go in omelettes and stuff for lunch times, and I love mushrooms for breakfast as well, and also I think they go quite well in pasta dishes or in curry dishes. I've got just sliced mushrooms and then a mushroom medley which has got white button mushrooms, chestnut, namiko and shiitake mushrooms, and I just thought these would be good to have for sort of like to know that there's always something that I can cook with. We've got a few curry pastes and things like that, and I feel like this would be good to add to those. Just trying to eliminate going to the supermarket all the time, because that's when I spend, so although I spent £80 today, this will last us until we do the next big shop, like all the little bits, rather than me thinking, oh, I haven't got anything for dinner, I'm going to go to the shop and buy like 15 quid's worth of stuff, when really for dinner I could have a mushroom curry, which I've got the curry paste for, I've got the mushrooms for, I've got the rice for, or mushroom pasta or something. Sultana's there to add to our granola, just to add a little bit of extra zhuzh. This is soft goat's cheese. Oh, it is obliterated. That's going with the pickled cucumber. It's got soft goat's cheese on it, but that is absolutely, I might have to message them about that actually. Look, you can see it's just completely smushed. There we go. Then these, which are for the rainbow salad, a white and a red lettuce. So I'll shred some of these, and then these will also be used, I'll make some coleslaws and stuff to add to sandwiches or lunches as we go through the week. Running out of room in the fridge though. And a red onion, that is again, I think for the one of the salads. 3 lemons and a lime. I knew I'd be making, I think some of that's the salad. As I said, we will hang on to these. We will use those, but I'll probably use one this afternoon because I'm going to make some hummus. So I'm quite excited about making some hummus. Rocky biscuits. I used to have these when I was younger, and I said to David he could have 1 pack of chocolate biscuits a month for his packed lunch, which isn't a packed lunch because he has it from home. So they will go up there. 8. Then we're on to lots and lots of tins. Lots and lots of tins. So butter beans, chopped tomatoes, chickpeas, black beans, more chopped tomatoes. I think I've got 4 tins of chopped tomatoes. Yeah, 2 black beans, cannellini beans, more butter beans, pineapple chunks, kidney beans, more cannellini beans, and then 4 cans of baked beans. Oh, and a can of tuna for David. So on Saturday night, I was planning on making myself a veggie chilli out of the green roasting tin. The recipe feeds 4, but it is big. It is big portions. So I thought I'd make that for myself on Saturday night whilst David's out, and then we can freeze some portions. We've got these little glass bowls from IKEA which have lids, and that means next week David can have one from home, I can take one to work with me, and we'll have 3 lots of food. I'll probably eat it, and then we'll probably get 4 portions from that because it is big, and it's all beans. It's fart o'clock after that. So yeah, so it involves 1 can of each of these, but I got 2 lots because I thought I could make that another weekend. It's a really, really easy recipe. As I said, it's from the green roasting tin. I might even put it here. Yeah. It's this one here, 3 bean chilli with avocado salsa. You literally just shove loads of stuff in like a roasting tin and put it in the oven for an hour. And then it's done. So I bought all of that stuff, and then the other additional stuff was a can of tuna for David, so he can have tuna sandwiches one night. I'm vegetarian, David eats vegetarian whenever I'm cooking, but he's bought himself like a can of tuna. Sometimes get himself a pack of chicken or ham or something too. Baked beans, which we like to have with breakfast and on toast and stuff, and then a can of pineapple chunks for when I make sweet and sour tofu or a curry. Quite like this and fake chicken or something in a curry. That's nice. And then the butter beans that I'm going to make hummus with. I'm going to make butter bean hummus this afternoon instead of chickpea hummus or instead of normal hummus. So excuse me while I just put these in my cupboard. Then I've got some more mushrooms. I can't remember. These might be for the chilli as well. Frozen mushrooms, these mushrooms, that mushrooms. I'm getting a lemon out for the thing. Then we've got tofu. Tofu is very versatile and we use it for a lot of stuff in this house. We like tofu curries. Sweet and sour tofu is something we have basically every week. More recently we've been tearing tofu and having it in pasta and stuff, which makes it feel a bit more like chickeny, I guess, if you're a meat eater and you wanted to replace some meat, then that's got that sort of thing. But yeah, we have it a lot. So this will be made into either sweet and sour or put into a curry or pasta or something like that. Pepper, that's for the chilli, as is the avocado. Oh no, the pepper I don't think is for the chilli, I think the pepper is for sweet and sour. Tahini, that's to make hummus, and that jar will last a while. This is for the rainbow salad, beetroot. Some normal onions, some pears, they're also for the rainbow salad. Big bunch of coriander. We have coriander with a lot of stuff. We put I'll be putting it on top of the chilli, curries, put it in salads. Very big fan of coriander, and got myself some easy peelers as well. Any more stuff for the fridge while we're here? No, but we have got Mars ice creams for the freezer. These are my favourite ice creams. I've got a pack of tortilla chips because that chilli, on Saturday night, I probably won't do it with any rice or anything. I'll probably just put some tortilla chips in it. Or if I did, I mean, I should have thought about this, but I could have bought some sweet potatoes and maybe had it with a sweet potato. That would have been quite nice. 6 packs of crisps for David's and my lunches. I normally buy a big multi-pack, but I just bought a big multi-pack from Aldi, so these were just sort of like top-up crisps. What else have I got? Last bits now. A bath foam. This is the cheapest bath foam that you can get. I think it's like 79p, it's cruelty-free. Sometimes I get, if they have it, I get the like lavender sleepy scented one, but I mean, this is fine. But yeah, I bath a lot, and this is fine for me to have that. So we have that, and then I've got some chervil. They didn't have, chervil goes in maybe this chilled pea soup I'm making for the barbecue, but they didn't have any fresh, so I thought I'd try the dried, as it's just going as a sort of soup topper with other stuff like mint. Yeah, it smells quite parsley-ish, and I'm not much of a fan of parsley, so that can go there. I've just got, so David and I have granola most mornings if we're not having toast, so we try to keep a lot of granola in the house. This is the cheapest one that they had, and I said we'd try it, and if it was no good we wouldn't get it again. This is honey and almond. We've tried having muesli, but we prefer granola, so that can go up there as well. And then mayonnaise, because mayonnaise. I've bought some cocktail sticks because I've been needing them to sort of clean little areas, like little bits here that my cloth will not do. That will get off grease and stuff like that. But it's also just helpful to have them here for lunches and stuff like that. I've been looking forward to these arriving. This can go in there. And then some walnuts, which I believe are going on the rainbow salad. But these are also nice to add to like the tops of other salads and granola and stuff like that. And then the last thing we got, I've never done this before, but I am partial to a fizzy drink, as is David. David much more so than me. I'm not mad on fizzy drinks, but I do enjoy them as a treat. And I bought 24 cans of Pepsi Max caffeine free. I'm type 2 diabetic, so I try and swerve from sugar in terms of fizzy. So yeah, I bought 24 cans, which works out, well, it was a tenner, so it works out at like 40 something p a can, which is much better also than David going to the shop and buying himself a bottle of Dr Pepper or something. So there we go. Whether or not I do this every month, I don't know. I think it feels excessive to be spending like £10 on soft drinks, but if you were to add up over the month how much maybe we both spend on soft drinks, maybe it wouldn't be that excessive. Let me put 4 of these in the fridge just to get things going. So there we go. Rate my shop. Let me know what you think. And if these are things you would be buying, what do you buy every month? And yeah, I think I'm going to make some hummus now. Quite looking forward to that actually, yeah. The decision on butter beans is because I've been watching a YouTuber who lives in the Arctic Circle.
What are you doing?
I'm making some hummus out of butter beans.
What, for tonight?
Well, just for now really. And I'm going to chop up some carrots and maybe a bit of cucumber. Does that sound nice?
Yeah, well I saw you got some tortillas, is that for that as well?
No, that isn't what that was for. I was just doing a little bit of lunch. But
because you haven't had anything yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
So she made it with butter beans because she couldn't get chickpeas. This is just 1 clove of garlic going into the old ninja.
Oh, they fit.
So I thought, oh, I bet that's actually quite nice. Dave and I are big fans of chickpeas, so
You do like chickpeas.
that's what we're doing. There's a little brush that gets the... Oh no. Oh, here it is.
Have you put some other bean tins in?
Yeah, the cupboard as well.
In the pantry?
Yeah, we've
I
got...
was going to say, because it looked like there was more than that.
Yeah.
What other things have you bought, cheeky girl?
It's just like top-up stuff.
Some pop beds!
Yeah, bolts of Bombers. So I'm going to drain these. I'm a bit cheeky. I'm going to drain these and make it out of there. I'll see what it goes like. Something I wish we had bought, David, was ice.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice to have ice.
Well, I mean, if you remind me, I'll fix them up on...
It's nice to have ice, and also when you're making hummus, a good tip is to, if you want it to be extra smooth, put in an ice cube in with it. Makes it really nice. So, put some lemon juice in there. How's this going to go? Who knows? Half a juice of lemon. Half a juice of lemon. That looks like quite a lot. How much tahini do I need to put in? I think I just normally just sort of go for it. That is stuck down tight, that tahini label. I don't want to chop my own hand off. Don't worry, I didn't. This separates very easily, doesn't it? So you have to, here we go. That much. Let's see what that does. Makes your whole mouth go dry. Keep refrigerated. I'm keeping that. Not on the sauces shelf because, just putting some salt in it as well, I will forget that it exists. And a bit of extra VOO. And let's see what this has gone like. I feel like it could do with more lemon, so I've just put another half of a lemon in there, which is insane because those were so juicy, both of those halves of lemon. And let's see what it's like this time round. It's very, like, it needs something else. So I've got some Paul Bieber, which I put in everything, which is like some chili flakes but not super chili. And then I was just seeing what other stuff I've got in here. Maybe some za'atar, see what that does. Just need something to lift it a bit, you know. Or a bit of pepper. Let's see how it tastes up. A whiz of that. Need to start chopping my veg. Let's see what this is like now. Yeah, that has made all the difference. So just going to peel 2 carrots and have a little bit of cucumber and have that with my nectarine whilst I finish watching Agatha Raisin.
Charlie's got rid of that horrid Gousto and asked me over. This could be my one ticket to becoming somebody. Charlie's managed it.
I just said to David, I feel a bit of a loose end this afternoon. But I mean, what time is it now? 5? It's early to be having a bath, but I think I want to get in my comfies. It hasn't been as hot today as I thought it was going to be, so I was thinking, oh, there's no way I'll have a bath tonight, but I'm going to, because it's not that hot. So I'm going to have a bath. I'm going to read the Three Dahlias in the bath. David is kindly going to make me a cup of tea. Is that true?
Sorry, Bubba?
Make me a cup of tea while I'm in the bath.
Absolutely, Bubba. Make you a cup of tea.
And then I think we'll wrap the vlog up. Yeah, I think we'll do that. I've just realised I haven't done any cleaning today, David. I've got to do a little bit of cleaning. Okay. Maybe I'll do that now before I get in the bath. A little bit of cleaning. Bathed and ready for the evening. Is it 6 o'clock yet, David?
I don't know, actually.
I think it must be.
Yes, oh yes, yeah. It's gone way past 6.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah, 20 to 7.
Oh, okay. There we go. So yeah, bathed and ready for the evening. Just thought I'd wrap up the video before I commence with the evening's events of watching Celebrity Masterchef's episodes from this week and having dinner. So should we start with the question? So the question was, do you ever judge a book by its cover? It's okay, we all do it. Name a book you read that lived up to its cover. What about the cover made you pick it out? So I had a look at my shelves, my favourite shelves, and picked off some books that I read because that I picked up purely because of their cover and what have then become favourites of mine. So we'll start with this one, which is by Rowan and Yew, by Melissa Harrison. And I picked this up because it is so autumnal. It's a middle grade novel. It's so adorable, about 4 little hidden people called... I ran out of memory on my card, so I don't know how far into chatting about the books I was, but let's crack back on with it. So I'll start with By Rowan and Yew by Melissa Harrison, which I picked up purely because of this gorgeous autumnal cover, and beautiful sort of French flaps with this lovely, so we're talking about covers, the cover, I picked it up and didn't even realise it was a sequel, so I hauled this on my channel and talked about how much I love the front cover and the autumnalness of it, and these mushrooms and little birds and all of that sort of thing, berries. And people said, oh, you know, that's a sequel. So I also bought the first one. That's got more of a springtime cover. But yeah, I love these, and these have ended up on my favourite shelf. They're about 4 hidden people who are called Moss, Sorrel, Burnet and Dormer, and they live on something called Ash Row. They live amongst the nature, and like it's all the sort of like perfectly naturey stuff that I would have loved, that I did love as a child, like making little hats out of acorn caps and making pancakes with the acorns and making sleeping bags with leaves and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I loved the cover and I loved the book. I think it is a beautiful cover. And then this cover got me to read this book, and this book is now one of my favourites. So this is Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery. There's many covers of this, but it was this front cover that led me to read this, and is one of my faves. And this is from a collection of books, special editions of classics with girls at the front, called the Sisterhood Collection, and these were released for International Women's Day, and they are illustrated by Hülya Özdemir, who is an illustrator from Turkey, and yeah, so she does this sort of thing, and then the end papers are gorgeous as well. So the front cover of Anne of Green Gables is this one, and then A Little Princess looks like this. So I ended up buying this for the same front cover. So I didn't love this as much as I love this one, but I will keep them together on my favourite shelf. So yeah, I want more from this collection. I don't think they publish them anymore, so I need to keep an eye out for second-hand copies of them, because there's 6 of them in the series. 6 of them in the series? Yeah, so A Little Princess and Anne of Green Gables, Pride and Prejudice, Little Women, The Railway Children and Heidi. Now, I've read Pride and Prejudice and Little Women and actually own copies of them, but I don't own The Railway Children or Heidi. So maybe I should keep my eyes peeled for those guys, because it would be lovely to own them. So that's the answer to the question. Do you ever judge a book by its cover? Name a book you read that lived up to its cover. What about the cover made you pick it out? Let me know down below. Right, and then we've got, it's the 11th today, so let's pick the old poem. So we've got Verses Written to the Queen of England by Mary, Queen of Scots. I think we know which one we're going to be picking. Or Triolet by G.K. Chesterton. Let's go for Verses Written to the Queen of England by Mary, Queen of Scots. Here we go. Do you know what? I'm going to start reading the little prelude into it because I think it's quite helpful. So, on the 11th of August, 1586, today, Mary, Queen of Scots, was arrested for her involvement in the Babington plot, a plot to assassinate Mary's cousin Elizabeth I. Mary was beheaded under Elizabeth's orders the following year. These lines, attributed to Mary and supposedly sent to Elizabeth, express Mary's anxiety about the likelihood of her own execution. Here we go. A single thought which benefits and harms me, bitter and sweet alternate endlessly in my heart. Between hope and fear this thought weighs down on me, so much that peace and rest flee from me. So, dear sister, if this paper reiterates my pressing desire to see you, it is because I see in pain and sorrow the immediate outcome if this request should fail. I have seen the ship blown by contrary winds, on the high seas near to the harbour mouth, and the calm turning to troubled water. Likewise, sister, I live in fear and terror, not on account of you, but because there are times when fortune can destroy sail and rigging at once. There we go. So thank you so much for tuning into another Friday reading vlog, another Agatha Christie-esque Friday reading vlog. I'm off to make some dinner now. Oh, put the washing out first, then make dinner. And I'll see you all again soon for another Richie video. Goodbye!